What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Mad Wolf, doing another action figure review, this time on the SH Figure Arts Madara Uchiha. This is my favorite villain in the entire Naruto series, guys, and I am so excited to finally have this figure. Alright, taking a look at the box, we have the figure clearly displayed along with a very menacing image of him on the left side here. I love that we can see the Rinnegan eyes there. We have his name in Japanese on the right side, and then on the right side of the box we get an image of Madara with his arms crossed. We get a cool look at the Uchiha symbol there and his name in Japanese. On the left side of the box, we just says his name again, this time in English, Uchiha Madara. And on the back side of the box, we get some cool images of the figure in different poses. I am so excited for this. All right, not much on the top and not much more at the bottom, just his name. Let's get this thing open. Here he is, Madara Uchiha, and I am seriously liking the sculpt of this figure, guys. One really cool thing I noticed is that the armor pieces are actually separate from the sculpt itself. It's something that they put on top of the figure, so that is really cool to see. The armor pieces are also hinged, which is great for articulation. One thing to seriously keep in mind is that the shoulders pieces here can easily fall off, so that is something to really be cautious about. They do pop back on really easy though, if I can just, there we go. I do wish that the figure had some battle damage on it. I do think he looks a little too clean. The armor looks a little too new because this is a warrior, you know, this is a guy who knows the heat of battle. So I do wish that there was some battle damage, at least somewhere on the figure. Just a little nitpick. I do wish there was some shading as well, but again, that's just a nitpick of mine. I do really love how the hair goes over the face and does like this menacing shadow effect. That is awesome. Sculpt of the hair is really awesome as well. I am really admiring this sculpt of this figure. All right, guys, that was taking a look at Madara. Now on to his accessories. Now, this figure's accessories are really awesome. He comes with 4 pairs of hands. 1 pair is a pair of fists because every action figure should come with that. Another pair is to hold his weapons, and then he does come with a pair of calm hands. And the last pair of hands are a pair of jutsu hands. And these are really cool because you'll see that one hand has the thumb sticking out and the other one does not. And the reason for that is so you can stick the 2 hands together. So I do think it's really cool that they let you do that. And then he does come with his arms, of course. I believe an action figure should come with that. But you'll see here that he does come with crossed arms as well. And these come on the figure in the box. They are really easy to put on, if I can just get Madara right here. And what's really cool is you can actually separate them so you can make it easier to put them on. So let's just start with the right arm here. You're kind of just going to go at an angle. See, it's very easy, just like that, already in. Now we're just gonna lift that. And do be careful when you're doing this because the shoulder piece here can fall off pretty easily. I did say that earlier, but I just want to say that again just to be sure that that point is stated. All right, now we're just gonna, and there we go. So that is really cool that they let you do that. Really liking that. Now, Madara comes with 3 faces, the first being calm and serious. I really like this. It has the Sharingan eyes, looking very nice. The second as well has the Sharingan eyes, and it is an angry yelling face. I do wish that this face had the Mangekyo Sharingan. I think that would have been very appropriate for this face, but that's just a little nitpick, not a bad thing at all. And the third and my personal favorite face would be this Undead Madara face. This is the face that comes on the figure in the box. And just look at that, guys. It looks very menacing with the Rinnegan eyes. I am loving this. Now, the way you would get these onto the figure is very simple. You would just take your Madara figure, and he has a hair piece right here that you would just easily remove. And each face has this tab on the back of it. You would just fit that in the hole right here. Go ahead and place that in. Very nice. And then we're just going to put his hairpiece right back on top. And just look at that, guys. That is so awesome. This is really cool. All right, now onto his weapons. His weapons are really awesome. One of the best things about this figure. And here we have, I believe it's called a Gunbai fan. And this is one of his signature weapons in the show, looking very awesome, very nice and clean paint job. And then we have his scythe. This is really cool. I love the reflective paint on the scythe here. Looking really awesome. And these do fit in the hands very easily. And it's not a loose grip either. They slide in easily, but you won't have to worry about them sliding out. So that's really good. And then one of the highlights of the figure would be this chain right here. Now in the show, Madara's weapons are connected to one another. So the way you would do that is you would take this tab on the end of the chain here. And you'll see that there's a hole right here. You would just place that in on one end. And then you would take the chain and place it on the other. And now you have the two weapons connected. I think that is really awesome, guys. This is really cool. Now, one thing that I do, this isn't a part of the figure's features or anything, but sometimes in the show, Madara has the Gunbai on his back. And as you can see, there's no way to connect it to the figure. There's no tab on the back, nothing like that. But Madara's head his hair can actually hold the Gunbai. So this is something I did just to make him look complete. But if you just slide this right in the back here, make sure that's nice and snug. And see, yeah, it's a little difficult sometimes, but should be just fine. And there we go. See, now he has the Gunbai on his back. So that is one way you can definitely have it holstered to his back. I think that is really cool. All right, that was taking a look at the accessories. Now onto his articulation. Now, being an SH Figure Arts figure, Madara is capable of a lot of articulation. However, due to the armor, he is hindered a lot, and that is most evident in the waist articulation and leg articulation. So I'm just going to show that off first. Now, for the waist articulation, really in the breast area here, there's no articulation at all. Now, when I said earlier that this breastplate here was glued onto the figure, that was wrong. It's actually pegged in, so you actually can unpeg it. And when you unpeg it, it can pivot side to side. And really, that's the only waist articulation you get up there. However, down here, right below the skirt, there is waist articulation to turn the legs left and right. So it is good that he can do that. Now, the leg articulation is hindered by this skirt here. It is a softer skirt than we got with our Sasuke figure, which is really great. And we do get these hinges similar to the Scouter Vegeta, so that's also great. And if I move the skirt up, and I will warn you guys, that will happen sometimes with the Madara figure if you're not careful with these legs. But it does pop back on pretty easily. So we're just going to lift that up. Now the legs are capable of moving about that far forward and about that far back, maybe a little further back. And they do have a double jointed knee, which is very nice. And they as well have some foot articulation, toe articulation, and ankle pivot. And he does have an upper thigh swivel as well. So that is very nice. And now onto the articulation that works a lot better. His head isn't capable of looking very far up due to his hedgehog hair. However, the hair actually is articulated. It can pivot left and right and move up and down, so that is very nice. He can look down a very good amount as well, and looking left and right is pretty good for him also. For the arm articulation, he can rotate his arms 360 degrees. However, he is hindered by the shoulder pads here. His arms move about that far up, and he does have an upper arm swivel, a bicep swivel, and a double jointed elbow. So I'm just going to show that off. And then he does also have a wrist swivel, which allow his hands to come in and out and side to side. So that is the articulation for Madara Uchiha. Now on to some size comparisons. And we're just going to lay him down. For the first size comparison here, we have our Madara next to the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Force Deadpool and the DC Icons Rebirth Batman. And here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Naruto and the SH Figure Arts Sasuke. So I do think these two are in great scale with this figure, which does make sense. They are a part of the same line, so I am very excited to pair these two up against him. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to my final thoughts. I think this is a really good figure, guys. I am honestly not surprised by the limited articulation he has, especially with all the armor he's got, but I am very impressed with the sculpt. I do wish the armor pieces had some battle damage, but that's just a little nitpick. Overall, I think it's got a great paint job, some great accessories, and honestly, I highly recommend this to any Naruto fan out there. Alright guys, this is the Mad Wolf signing out. If you like this video, like and subscribe, join the Wolf Pack. I hope you all have a great day. Peace. Just something to be cautious about. They do pop back on really easily. Just like that. Come on, come on. Okay, maybe not as easily as I thought. Come. And I'm going to redo this.